Episode 1 of Murderbot begins at the mining station Arataki in Corporation Rim. A whole bunch of miners celebrate finishing their job, but they're overseen by a security unit android, or SEC unit for short. It's spent the past 6 months protecting them all from danger. This android has been built to obey humans, but also has disdain for humanity, who continue to act like an asshole with him. He has a built-in safety feature called the government module, which prevents this sentient bot from harming humans. Well, not anymore though, as this particular bot has been working tirelessly to hack the code for the module and is finally freed from the oppressive shackles suppressing his instincts. Thus, the Murderbot is born. Interestingly, Murderbot doesn't leave the company. It continues to work for this corporation, deciding to bide his time before striking given the threat of a nasty acid bath. He's cynical about his job though, especially when he's sent out to help the Preservation Alliance, who are a bunch of hippies from outside the corporation rim. However, they're enticed into the company and given a SEC unit, the Murderbot, to oversee their current mining operation. So who are these guys? Well, there's the biologist Arida, married to a lawyer called Pinley. However, Arida has a thing for Rathi, who happens to be an expert on wormhole travel. To complicate matters further, Rathi has a thing for Pinley, confirming that this is just one big, messy love triangle. Mensa is the head of expedition, though, and an expert in terraforming. She has 7 kids while Garathan is an augmented human, working alongside them all, able to interface with data programs, but he doesn't have the same processing power as the Murderbot. Finally, there's Professor Bharadwaj, a geochemist who's hoarding soap in her room for some reason. The Murderbot has managed to hack into the entertainment channels and decides to watch a good deal of content until a threat presents itself, in the form of a giant sandworm that pops up from underground during one of the initial mining operations. The robot gets to work and makes short work of the creatures, before bringing Arata and the professor back to base. Arida is in shock, though, so the Murderbot shows off its face, breaks its own strict protocols, and decides to be more empathetic. This has big ramifications, because back at base the group review Arata's footage of the bot acting out of character and believe it's malfunctioning. It's acting outside its protocols and are worried that it could turn on them all. For now, they decide not to call this in to the corporation and launch the beacon to pick up the SEC unit. The stakes are too high. It'll take too long for the rescue ships to arrive, and to be honest, they need the security. After patching itself up, the Murderbot is encouraged to join the humans in the common room, but wearing a crew outfit like one of the group. Mensa thanks it for its work, and Murderbot is uncomfortably forced into giving a speech. It struggles to get its words out, and things are rather awkward for a while. However, it does become clear that the survey maps that the company have given the Alliance may have been hacked. It doesn't show any signs of tampering, but some areas are grayed out as if there's interference or a problem while syncing. In the midst of this, Murderbot is troubled by 7 seconds of his past, which seem to include a lot of bloodshed. Furthermore, we also see a lot of shots from Bot's cheesy sci-fi shows it's been watching, which include a romance between a bot and the ship's commander. Is this foreshadowing? Well, it probably is, because Mensa shows up and speaks to Murderbot, asking if it's okay.